TikTok's most hated artist, Luki.
Whenever we talk about TikTok, we're almost always reminded of flashy trends, duets, and seamless transition videos. But what many people don't realize is that not every creator on the platform is chasing trends or posting aesthetic edits. There's an entire side of TikTok built on animation, where creators like Nutshell Animations and Tootie McNudie rely purely on artistic skill, humor, and sharp storytelling to engage their audience. It's a space where creators don't show their faces, don't use their real voices, and yet still manage to build massive followings. This animation community thrives on creativity alone. No filters, no influencer persona, just content that resonates. But as you may have already guessed, that's not why we're here. Because over the past few weeks, one animator has managed to get on just about everyone's nerves, and in the process, turned herself into a walking meme. We're talking about none other than Luki, a Russian creator with a massive following, who has recently been exposed for using extremely racist language towards people of color.
Interesting.
If that wasn't bad enough, instead of taking accountability, she followed it up with an apology so painfully out of touch that people began recreating it across social media. In fact, it was so bad that many started comparing it directly.
What did she do though? I'm not familiar with what she did and you're not showing it. Wait, hold on. I know you guys usually skip this part of the video, but give me 1 second. I want to put you guys on real quick on a way to make some extra money that is 100% legit, and you could do it all from your phone. TesterUp is a platform that works with games to find new users just like you to test their games out. These apps and games are willing to pay new users to get on their platform because 9 times out of 10, they genuinely actually like playing the game. And the app in return ends up making money because you're playing the game that they paid you to play. I know that sounds a little bit too good to be true, but this is why I'm breaking it down for you so you understand the business behind it and how it works. TesterUp helps put money back in your pocket that these platforms are willing to pay for new users. So if you already like playing games on your phone, click the link in the description or use the QR code on the screen. You're gonna make a free account. It's completely free to do, and you can start making $10 to $20 off of games that you already love playing. This isn't a get rich quick scheme, so it's full transparency here, but if you're dedicated enough and you like playing games on your phone, there's people already making hundreds of dollars as well. Again, it's completely free to try. Use the QR code on the screen or click the link in the description. Check it out and make some extra cash.
So how did things spiral this badly? To understand that, we need to go back and look at how this all started. If you don't know who Luki is, she's an animator and digital artist on TikTok with nearly 784,000 followers and a fairly recognizable name within the platform's animation community. Ever since joining TikTok in 2023, she has consistently produced content that manages to pull in massive engagement. In fact, not long after creating her account, her videos were already hitting millions of views, something most creators take years to achieve, if they ever do at all. Now, some people might argue that her content, or even her art style,
Shit looks like brain rot,
isn't particularly impressive. Her videos often feature her real body, paired with an animated face, which, depending on the viewer, can come across as awkward, overly performative, or just not very polished. For some audiences, it feels a bit cringy, even immature, but clearly that hasn't stopped her growth. Here are a few of her most watched videos.
Man, I better not get copyrighted in this hoe.
Damn, why you just pressing my piano? If you think that you can rap, try to keep up with the tempo. I be running all this shit like I'm running president.
Yo, this is brain rot. Who's watching this? If this isn't motivation that you should start your content creator journey, no matter what it is, whatever the hell you want to do, because people are watching this and they're making money and you're not. Go chase your dreams, bro. Somebody's gonna watch that shit. Alright, bro. I can't take anymore. Get past that shit.
Or even have a, wait, what? Reaction. And honestly, that's fair. But despite that initial reaction, a large portion of her audience has consistently flooded her content with positive comments and encouragement. That support translated directly into numbers, with some of her videos reaching as high as 25 to 26 million views. And that level of visibility matters, because when someone with that kind of reach messes up, it doesn't stay quiet. Right now, everyone in the art community is talking about Luki. The first wave of controversy surrounding her began when some of her voice notes were leaked online. In these recordings, she could be heard speaking about British and Black people in a way that was, to put it lightly, deeply offensive. We're going to play parts of those voice notes, but it's important to note that
YouTube, I already see it coming. This is a video that is public on the platform, you know what I'm saying? Has over 297,000 views. It's been public on the platform for a month. We are here analyzing the situation. We are not promoting the situation and acting like we, want to push negativity. Straight analytical purposes only. Come on, YouTube. Let's not, be weird and cook me for it. No. We're not pushing negativity here. We're just analyzing it, so we can learn.
they were originally recorded in Russian and later translated through subtitles for a wider, primarily American audience.
Меня иностранная комьюнити раздражает своей нелогичностью и упортостью. Блять, сколько же ёбаных аутистов, нахуй, в Murder Mystery 2, еще и англичане. Блять, да чтобы они все передохли, как мухи. Это пиздец, чтобы они все сдохли.
So, you see, Luki is blatantly racist. And in these voice notes, she didn't just target a single group. She expressed hostility toward nearly everyone who isn't Russian. That's problematic, to say the least. This is why many people began labeling her a xenophobe, a term used for individuals who display strong prejudice against foreigners, for, quite frankly, some very messed up reasons. Now, it's also important to mention that Luki is likely under the age of 17. So yes, she is a kid essentially. And while her age might earn her a bit of benefit of the doubt, it doesn't automatically absolve her of accountability, especially when she's consistently
parents, bro. One thing that I never understood is when these influencers be getting so popular at such a young age and then their parents are just nowhere to be found. Like, y'all not tapping in with your kids at all? Like, that's really who we gotta blame when we start seeing 16-year-old, 15-year-olds blowing up like this and popping their shit online with just seemingly no guidance. It's like, what the hell is going on?
Attracting millions of viewers on her platform. The next voice note we're about to play is even worse than the previous one. And this time, the target is, unfortunately, Black people.
И я говорю, а ты вот видишь лицо того парня в толстовке? Там стоит дальше парень, негр, в черной толстовке. И он так оборачивается и начинает ржать, потому что, видимо, не видит. И он начинает подходить, она так на меня смотрит, типа, черный юмор. И я начинаю ржать, потому что юмор-то реально черный. Вот, это такой угар, конечно.
This particular voice note was shared on a public Telegram channel and immediately sparked criticism.
Yeah, GG's, you're in the Telegram?
Weirdo! But what made things even worse was what people uncovered next. As more users started digging into her past, they realized this wasn't new behavior. Luki had previously created content and artwork that many also identified as racist. Not only that, there is an animation where she's standing with both arms stretched wide, holding what appears to be a swastika symbol. So on top of the incredibly racist rhetoric, people have also started speculating that she might be a Nazi. At one point,
I ain't gonna lie, I don't want to put it on them, but her parents might actually be influencing this. Because what's making her go this hard?
Someone even shared an older drawing online, claiming Luki made it years ago. And as you can see, the character in that image bears an unsettling resemblance to a certain German dictator we all know all too well. Now, to be fair, Luki later clarified that this drawing was created as part of a school assignment. But given the context, especially her use of Nazi symbolism, many people aren't buying that explanation and remain convinced there's more to it. Unfortunately, the controversy doesn't stop there. Recently, Luki has also come under fire for back-to-back drama with another animator on TikTok. We're not going to dive too deep into the specifics of that feud because it's largely irrelevant to the bigger picture, but it is important to note how she handled it. At one point, people began accusing her of being transphobic. The situation started when she called out another animator for
What's all with this, like, angel godlike entity animations she got going on? This shit's creeping me out, bro.
allegedly copying her content. In response, that creator escalated things, creating sexually suggestive animations involving Luki. And yes, that is genuinely disturbing, and it should be acknowledged as such. But Luki didn't exactly take the high road either. She responded by deliberately misgendering the creator, by saying that they are a woman, and that she does not give a F if she is a trans. And if that wasn't enough, she also went a step further, threatening to leak that person's passport information. While people are pissed about this whole scenario, we can't fully blame Luki here, considering that the other person basically sexually harassed a minor. And whoever they are clearly more in the wrong. But that's just one thing people are pissed about. Pretty recently, Luki posted an animated video in her tweening style that featured a young boy. And quite strangely, he appeared extremely young.
I'm not lost in the tidal wave, because 7 minutes in heaven is all that I need when I get wet. 7 minutes in heaven, over the end, and I'm not a virgin.
Weirdo.
The issue with this video was that the boy turned out to be 14 years old, making him more than 2 years younger than Luki herself, who is 17. This quickly sparked a debate in her comments, where some people pointed out how inappropriate it was for her to create a sexually suggestive video involving a 14-year-old, while others defended her, arguing that both of them are still underage. Some people also assumed that the boy might be her brother, which Luki later clarified was not the case. On top of all this, one of the biggest things that has irked people about her is her collaboration with another creator named Berto, with whom she appears to be friends. Now, if you don't know who Berto is, they are considered one of the biggest nuisances in the animation art community, known for being a zoophile, starting conflicts with other creators, being involved in repeated controversies, and claiming that they have evil autism.
Hi, my name is Jack, or Lucifer. My pronouns are he, it. I'm 19.
Hey man, get this shit off my screen. Nigga said he's what now? I don't want to hear that.
Yellow. I'm a demon kitty. I love rainbow.
Oh yeah, okay. We're skipping past that. Sorry y'all. Link in the description if you want to watch that, but I don't even want my ears to consume that.
Luki, collaborating with Berto, definitely did not go unnoticed. However, some people online have suggested that the collaboration was fake, and that Luki might not even know Berto personally, or be aware of their long list of controversies. While that may be true, and there is a possibility that this particular allegation is baseless, there are far more serious issues, like her blatant racism, that she needs to be held accountable for. She is a notable creator with fans all across the world. Her YouTube following, for instance, comes from multiple regions. So she definitely owed her audience an apology after those voice notes were posted to Telegram and went viral. But instead of an apology, what people got was deflection and victim playing. One of the first videos she posted in response to the rising criticism was this one. Calling herself problematic is a classic way of avoiding accountability and playing the victim card. Instead of owning up to what she said, she leans into the label in a way that invites sympathy. In the description of the video, she also wrote, "Problematic. I've already come to terms with the fact that I'm problematic, but that won't stop me from filming. I've always been hated for something, even when there was no reason to be. Well, this time, there is a very valid reason." The way this artist is trying to guilt-trip the audience is honestly mind-blowing. And this wasn't the only time she did it. Not long after this video, she posted this to her story, writing, "Why is everyone talking about public apologies? Will my apology change anything? I am not against apologizing, but I think it will only bring more hate, so I did not make a video about it. And besides, I don't think anyone will forgive me. To be honest, there is a possibility that people might not accept your apology. But if you are genuinely trying to do better, you apologize to take accountability for your actions. You do it even if the other person isn't ready to forgive you. Apologizing is an essential part of growth and doing better moving forward." But right now, it doesn't seem like Luki is ready to take that accountability. Because after facing criticism for refusing to apologize, she ended up posting a public apology so bizarre that it instantly went viral. Here is her now iconic apology video that has been circulating all over social media. If that wasn't strange enough, she turned off the comments on the video and even wrote in the description that she made the apology as a meme so that more people would see it. An apology as a meme? Brilliant thinking. Except it didn't quite land the way she expected. Instead of sympathy, the audience found it absurd. People were so amused by this masterpiece that they started recreating it across platforms, turning it into a widespread joke rather than the redemption she was aiming for. There were tons of remakes on TikTok just to make fun of her nonsense idea. Her absurd apology everywhere, often with harsh captions. Within a matter of days, her bizarre apology turned her into a full-blown meme within the art community. Now, here's the thing at this point. She clearly realized that she had messed up badly. So, sometime later, she decided to come forward with a more proper apology. While we wouldn't say it was perfect, it was still far better than her previous attempt. In her most recent apology post, she wrote, "I would like to apologize to everyone again. I am sorry you misunderstood my previous apology video. I made it as a meme, just so more people could see my changes. But for some reason, most people took it as a joke." Well, didn't you just say that you made your apology as a meme? And now you're confused that people took it as a joke? How else were people supposed to react to an apology that was literally presented as a meme? She admits to making it a joke and then seems surprised that people laughed at it. She also further wrote, "Now I am making a full-fledged apology and analysis. I honestly did not know the situation was so serious, that so many people would hate me. I did not expect it."
Again, this is really just one of those situations. Where the parents at, bro? I think this is a young girl that, for whatever reason, just running rampant on the internet, watching too much bullshit. Brain is fried to the core. And, you know what I'm saying, I wouldn't say she doesn't know right from wrong, but she doesn't have her parents adding in a little bit of discipline that can keep her in check. Because that's really what I'm picking up here. Again, it doesn't excuse the activity. It's just, that's where I think the fault it really lies. Where are the parents? Why is she able to do all of this with no guidance?
And did not think it would go this far. Russian mentality is very different from that of other foreign countries. I did not know you were so strict even about the pronunciation of the N-word. I honestly did not know that, and I apologize for that. I did not expect so many people to wish me a fate that starts with the letter D and write other terrible, terrible things. For that, I truly apologize. I am not a RT. I am not a NT or any other terrible words. I have always treated everyone very well and loved everyone very much, regardless of their skin color and nationality. I also apologize specifically to the Americans. I explained on a Telegram channel that Americans
Get off Telegram. Your career and trajectory will always be in a negative one if you create and sending content on Telegram.
refer to the English-speaking community in Russia. I agree it's bad, and I won't do it again. And I don't want Americans to hate me for it, because I have very good feelings for Americans, just like everyone else. Anyway, I hope this message helps, because I've seen thousands upon thousands of videos about how bad my apologies were. I apologize again. Forgive me if you can. You don't have to. I know that for some, I acted too badly. Now, to be fair, this apology does sound much better than the previous one, but it still has its issues. For example, she suggests that using racist language is somehow more acceptable in Russia, and that people outside are just more sensitive, which isn't really accurate. Even in Russia, if you're a public figure using offensive language, you will face criticism. So that explanation is pure bullshit. In the end, all we can say is that Luki is very young. While the backlash may have been overwhelming, it's also important that she's being held accountable. Because learning early on that racism and harmful behavior won't be tolerated is necessary. especially when you have a large platform. And also, apologizing through a meme, probably not the best idea.
Word. Y'all let me know if y'all knew about this, man. And I know I got a lot of people that follow me that are part of the art community with our roots, you know, of the channel initially being in animation. Again, definitely one of them vids where you kind of sit back and just getting a lot of information. But, you know, at the end of the day, I wish everybody the best. It doesn't look like anybody was too overly affected by this, but I just hope this girl's parents are paying more attention to what the hell is going on. Y'all let me know what y'all think in the comment section, though. I love y'all. Appreciate y'all. My name's Berto. Where you at, Berto? Join the Where You At family so you never miss a live stream reaction live on Twitch. Links in the description. I want to see you there in the next one.
Where you at, Berto?
I made this shit look too easy.